नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे समस्त देश तारिणे जगतगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु वंदना का हिंदी में अनुवाद।
हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन है जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धा पूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक कलेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आंखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों से वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतितात्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, हे प्रभुपाद, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने श्री चरणों की छाया प्रदान कीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की।
हरे कृष्णा। So devotees, today we are very fortunate to bless us today. We have very special devotee amongst us, Her Grace Devaki Mataji. Haribo. Mataji is a glorious disciple of His Holiness Niranjan Swami Maharaj. So Mataji joined Brahmacharani Ashram in Sydney, Australia in 1985, and as a Grihastha she has helped to pioneer the first more organized temple in Soviet Union since 1999. इसके अलावा माताजी is widely traveling all across the globe, especially Western Europe, USA, Canada, South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. Mataji, she has served as GBC committee member for devotee care, and currently Mataji is promoting that as a top priority in ISKCON. Mataji, in the year 2014, she started Institute of Spiritual Culture. And Mataji is also author of 6 books, as you can see these books here. So she has also authored these books. So Mataji's websites are the rootofspiritualculture.net and the holynameretreat.net. So these are the websites so that we can learn more from Mataji. But yes, today we are very fortunate, very happy, very joyful, feeling fortunate to have association of Her Grace Devaki Mataji. Haribo! Let's welcome Mataji by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Her Grace Devaki Mataji ki jai. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा माताजी से कि प्लीज काइंडली कम एंड गार्लैंड माताजी, देवकी माताजी, वी आर सीता माताजी और शांति वासी माता जी, आप आ जाइए प्लीज गार्लैंड माता जी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना, यमुना तीरवनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai.
Om Akyantimandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manupistam Stapidam Yena Bhuttale Swayam Rupakaramayam Dadati Svavanatikam Namam Vishnapada Kashabista Bhuttale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Govani Pachaine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatara Satarina Vanchakapa Dvivasha Kripa Sinuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Go Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I think we have enough photos now. Enough. Yes. So thank you so much for allowing me to visit you. And it's a great honor for me to be here. The reason why I didn't sing is because my voice is a little damaged from 40 years of intense use on the street, book distribution, and the Delhi pollution is not very helpful. So I have to save my voice for the talking. Yes. So maybe before we start, let me just add a couple of little things to my humble preaching mission so you understand where I'm coming from. So for the last 25 years, I have been very involved in preaching in Bangladesh. And you may know Bangladesh is the place where most of Mahaprabhu's associates come from. Yesterday we had Narottam Das Thakur's place disappearance. So he also comes from what is now Bangladesh. Even Advaita Chaya, Srivas Thakur, they didn't appear in Shantipur. No, they came from Bangladesh and then later they moved over. You know. Even Mahaprabhu's parents, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. I mean, the list is long. So, and Bangladesh is really the place where Vaishnav culture has been preserved up to this very day. Yeah. When I travel there, I feel like I'm entering Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, that's how it is. The whole bhajan, kirtan, prasadam, Vaishnav hospitality culture, it's still going full on. And people are so Mahaprabhu conscious there. Because actually, Sachimata, Jagannath Mishra, they also come from what is now Bangladesh. And Sachimata had Mahaprabhu in her womb when she was in Bangladesh. And just a couple months before he appeared, they moved over to Navadvip side. So the Hindus have this mood. This is Mahaprabhu Dash. This is the place where Mahaprabhu appeared, because he did in Sachina Mata's womb. So people are very Mahaprabhu conscious, much more than in West Bengal. Yeah. So, and having been involved there for 25 years, I received a whole transformation there. My whole worldview got put upside down. And I started to get some insights into the sweetness and beauty of Vaishnava culture. And I realized actually we need some training and education in this. Reading Prabhupada's books is a good start, but the real challenge is how do we live it? And we are not there yet. Yeah. So I'm trying to, give some education in how to actually practically live what Prabhupada has given us. Yeah. So that's why I established an institute for spiritual culture. I'm based in Mayapur. Mayapur is the only place where I stay longer than 1 week. Yeah, that's my life at the moment. So I stay 3 months in Mayapur, but the rest of the time, the rest of the year, every weekend, I'm somewhere else, all over the world. Yeah, no need to clap. It's not some performance here, Yes. So, and I have put all different courses together, which I'm now publishing as books. So each book you see there is actually a 15-hour course, which I offer in Mayapur. But because not everybody can come to Mayapur and take all these courses, so now I'm on book distribution. So I know here in Delhi there's a strong focus and emphasis on distributing Prabhupada's books, which is amazingly wonderful. And for myself, I find book distribution to practicing devotees even more important. That's the boiling the milk mood, right? I'm sure we have heard about Prabhupada's statement of boiling the milk. So I'm in the boiling the milk mood. My biggest satisfaction is to give the practicing devotees something deeper to move forward and deepen their spiritual life. Yeah. So yeah, and at the end of the class, with your permission, I will say a few little words about each book, hoping that maybe some of you will feel inspired to get some. Yeah, good. So now, this morning class is a topic-related class, right? We are not discussing the usual verse and so on. So I was requested to speak on the topic of anxiety. Is this suffering, or maybe it is bliss? So usually we think that anxiety is something negative, right? Yes, yes. We are trying to be anxiety-free, right? But let's hear what Prabhupada has to say about this. So I would like to read with you a morning walk, which Kurma Prabhu has put in his book, The Transcendental Adventure. It's a very nice book about Prabhupada's pastimes when he was establishing Krishna consciousness in Australia and New Zealand. So, and as we know, Prabhupada used to go on an early morning walk with a group of disciples, and often they had very interesting discussions there. So this is a morning walk from Monday, 26th of April, 1976, in Melbourne, I believe. or maybe Sydney. So I'm just reading the main paragraphs on it, from it. So there, we start reading now. The walk began along the boundary road of the gardens. Actually, that's Melbourne. Prabhupada used to go to the botanical gardens there. And I actually came to Krishna consciousness in Australia. So, yeah, for me this is all special. So, the walk began along the boundary road of the gardens. Chittahari asked Srila Prabhupada, is a devotee always in anxiety when he sees others unhappy? Yes, Prabhupada replied. How to deliver them? This is Krishna anxiety. This kind of anxiety is welcome. Chittahari asked whether there was such anxiety in the spiritual world. Yes, in the spiritual world there is everything, but the central point is Krishna. Here the anxiety is, where shall I get money? Where shall I get woman? Or man. For the women. Where I shall get woman. And there the anxiety is, how shall I get Krishna? The anxiety is there, but the quality is different. Chittahari inquired further, if we are in anxiety that we cannot perform devotional service nicely, is that all right? Prabhupada explained that that was indeed spiritual, but the full manifestation of such Krishna anxiety was rarely achieved. It was available only when one came to the platform of first-class devotional service. Then he is perfect. After many millions of lives of pious activities, one can get such anxiety. What if one keeps falling down from following the regulative principles and feels anxiety? Chittahari wondered. Is that anxiety material? So what do you think is the answer? Is it material or spiritual? Huh? Spiritual? No. Prabhupada says no. Is that anxiety material? Yes. Because it's about me. Me falling down. That makes it material. It's not spiritual. Putsta Krishna wanted the issue clarified. So anxiety for oneself is Maya. That is material, replied Prabhupada. And anxiety for Krishna, that is spiritual. Krishna anxiety was so desirable, Prabhupada added, that Rupa Goswami had advised that one purchase it at any price. But that price was a high one. Prabhupada disclosed the subtle point with a smile. Ironically, he said, the price to obtain Krishna anxiety was one's anxiety to have it. And that anxiety was not available even after millions of lives of pious activities. Chittahari inquired on behalf of the pujaris present. So if we are performing deity worship and we get an anxiety, how to make it nice? Prabhupada confirmed Chittahari's thoughts. Yes, that is Krishna anxiety. If you become anxious, how to worship the deity, how to dress Krishna nicely. If you remain, that will develop your anxiety for Krishna. Therefore, deity worship is essential. A whole different perspective on deity worship, you know. Yes. Exactly in time to get up, to offer Mangalati, to dress. This anxiety is the beginning of Krishna anxiety. That is the perfectional stage. Therefore, by the injunction of the Shastra, regulative principles, it is a way of creating that anxiety. So we must follow. Then we'll come to the real anxiety. Prabhupada gave the example of Mother Yashoda. She became the mother of Krishna, and so that she would always remain in anxiety for Krishna, whether Krishna is safe. That is mother's anxiety. Prabhupada's face became animated as he appeared to take on the persona of Mother Yashoda. He was imitating Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda is always anxious. Krishna is calling, whether he's falling down in some water or some monkey has come hurting him, or he is touching some fire, always anxiety. And besides that, the demons are coming. So this is perfection. Always remain in anxiety for Krishna. The sublime Krishna conscious anxiety of Mother Yashoda, Prabhupada explained, was unknown in the material world. Here everyone takes Krishna as the father. Father means I'm anxiety free. Father, you supply my wants. And to become father of Krishna means to purchase anxiety for Krishna. This philosophy they do not know. Srila Prabhupada summed up the morning's theme. Ultimately, he explained, it was not possible to become anxiety-free. The impersonalists who search after shanti, peace, may try to become free from anxiety for some time, he said, but ultimately they would fall down. You are a living being. You cannot be anxiety-free. That means you're dead. That is not the ideal. Anxiety should be purified from material contamination, and it should be only for Krishna. Then it is perfect. Very nice, huh? Yes. Yeah, so there's a few nice points in this whole discussion. You know, difference between material anxiety, spiritual anxiety. So, material anxiety here in this material world, you know, that creates distress. Where is money? Where is sense gratification? And, you know. Yes. And Krishna anxiety, that is actually perfection. So anxiety, as Prabhupada explains, it's a sign of life. Right? Yes. It's a sign of being alive. There's always some anxiety. So we simply have to redirect our anxiety from where is money, where is sense gratification, to how to serve Krishna, how to please him. And then that anxiety actually becomes bliss. It becomes happiness. Yes, yes. And interesting to understand, in any loving relationship, there is anxiety, right? As soon as there is some loving exchange, some affection, there is anxiety. Will my beloved be pleased with whatever I offer, right? I mean, I'm sure you have had the experience of cooking for your Guru Maharaj. Oh, there's this anxiety, you know. Will he be happy? Will I get it all done in time? And will it be to really his liking? And. So in any loving exchange, there has to be anxiety. Otherwise, we are not giving our best. We are not endeavoring with great determination, right? Yeah, so, and the interesting point also is that anxiety for one's own spiritual life, yeah, it is material, even though it is maybe you know, used in Krishna's service, but it's still about me. Yeah, yes. Because whenever, I have of course had this discussion in other places too, so whenever I ask, so what do you think? Anxiety for yourself, or falling down, is it spiritual or material? People always think it's spiritual. You know, yes, 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 but no, because I am the center and not Krishna. That's the difference between material and spiritual, you know. Material, it's all about me. Spiritual, it's all about Krishna. And nice how Prabhupada gives this example of Mother Yashoda. You know, one could think, well, being the mother of Krishna, this is a really peaceful motherhood, you know, no anxiety, you know, only happiness and joy. But no, you know, constant anxiety. What is Krishna doing? Oh, the demons are coming and the monkeys, and he's doing some mischief and stealing the butter and whatever. You know, so there's constant anxiety, and that is perfection, actually. And this is a nice thing to also meditate on for managers, you know? Yes. When you're in management, when you're leading, heading up something, there's always some anxiety. So, and it's nice to meditate. Yes, Mother Yashoda's anxiety. You know, we can see our project or ISKCON in general, you know, as baby Krishna type thing. So, that anxiety, you know, will my little baby here grow? Well, how can I protect it? And so that is Mother Yashoda's anxiety. That is welcome. That's perfection. To accept some anxiety for Prabhupada. Yes, we should be keen for it, actually. Yeah. Yes, and I mean, we know Rupa Goswami gives us the only qualification being for pure devotional service, being loyam, being greed. So that connects with this anxiety, you know, being greedy to please Krishna, that brings anxiety, right? And very interesting how Prabhupada explains that actually the purpose of deity worship is to cultivate this anxiety. I mean, anybody who has ever been on the altar, and in the Western world, we women also go a lot on the altar. Whew, it is anxiety, you know? Yes. And it's interesting. Doesn't matter how many pujaris a community has, there's always this feeling, we don't have enough pujaris, right? Yes. It's always there. It doesn't matter how big or small the community is. This anxiety is always there, you know. And I dare say it's maybe Krishna's special pastime there, you know, just to get us moving, you know. Then, oh, this person is going on a yatra. Oh, who will fill in for him? And so there's always anxiety. And especially these two components of punctuality and cleanliness, they create that anxiety, you know, because, oh, you're looking at the watch, time is going, oh, I have to be ready, you know, and it has to be all clean. Flowers have to be fresh, you know. Yeah, that also is another element that brings in the anxiety, you know. So, from that point, we can also understand that worshipping deities at home is a whole different story. Why? Because there is not much Krishna anxiety. You know? At home, let's be clear, at home Krishna has to accept our schedule. Whenever we are ready, you know, to offer him something, you know, yes. And once, even when we bathe, all right, let's do it at 10 o'clock, or whatever, not early in the morning. And then we can take our time to dress and, oh no, I don't like this, I take it off again and try something else. And we can just take 3 hours, no anxiety, right? Yes, yes, yes. See, it's a whole difference, a big difference. It's a different world of puja. Really, yes. I mean, I have to share, in my 40 years of Krishna consciousness, I have never had my deities. I didn't feel a need for it. But I was in so many altars, worshipping the deities. I helped establishing the deity worship, helping communities to get ready to install big deities in Ukraine and so many other places, in Bangladesh, whatever. So I've been very involved in deity worship, but always on the altar. I don't need my deities. No need. I never felt the need, So, but when we think that we know all about deity worship from our home puja, we have no clue, really, what deity worship is all about. No clue. Yeah. As soon as we enter the altar, it's a whole different realm there. Yes. Isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Whole different world. So we can only experience this when we really do puja on the altar. Yes. Yeah. I highly recommend it. Yes. Yes. Same with cooking, when we cook offerings. I mean, let's be honest. At home, we look in the fridge, or what do I want to cook today? And we cook out for ourselves, and then we quickly offer it there to the Lord. It's more